Let's take a look at Shang Tsung. I do think that he walks well. There haven't really been too many characters that are slow. It's really just maybe their dash or how fast they come out of it. And his jump's nice as well. Let's take a look at his initial strings. 1, 2, 4. High, mid, mid. What is his high? 7 frames. I like that. His stand jab is +2 on block. I really like that. -6. Unpunishable. True mid, unpunishable. I like that claw swipe. I like how he gets the what is it? Like the orange and red flash. A lot of these characters have really nice moves that add a lot of color to the screen and help you identify what they are. They don't just all look the same like stupid Ashra and Kenshi. I also push characters to the corner very, very quickly. I guess these games have identical distance and stages in them. Let's see if he's got special moves. Quick Age Morph. Maybe I never looked at him and didn't know how to transform. Let's just look for a quick young form. We want some armor. I know he has 1. Has armor. Down forward 1. Okay, down forward 1. Is that the spikes? He's got a slash. And it's got armor. Alright, so let's start testing these as I see them. 1, 2, 4. And it's down forward? Yeah. I even test the first one sometimes. Alright, I can't get through. Good enough for me. 1, 2, 4 is a legit string. That's all he has? 1, 2, 4? Well, I mean, if it's true block string, -4. Look how far back he pushes him, too. Let's make him block. Look how far back he pushes him. They're basically not even in range. And he's in range for a down 3. Just in range for a down 3. And see, like, his down 3 is -9. How the hell are you going to retaliate against that? Even your own down 3 is not going to hit in time. Interesting. He's got a down 1. What's his down 1? -8. Everybody seems to be. And then standing 2. That's all he has, just a neutral standing 2. 8. Wow, 8 frames stand 2. That might be something. 8 frame down 2, that might be something. The only trouble is, it's a high. What is he going to do with an 8 frame stand 2? It's a high. What's he going to do with that? Maybe a corner juggle? That's so weird that he's got nothing off this. He has a stand 2 into nothing, and then he just has a back 2. That's his, like, real. And that's a mid. Starting mid string. I like that. 14. It's not really the farthest range, even though it's got his claw and he steps forward. It's not really the farthest range. Back 2, 2, 3. So let's do it on hit first. Oh, it did 3. Back 2, 2, 3. Duh. Ends in a low. Starts in a mid, ends in a low. What is, back 2? That's mid-high. That's why they want that. Back 2. -6 again. So you can start with the mid. I like this. And then ends in a low, -7. That low might be punishable. That low might be punishable with something. Let's make him do it. This stage is cool. It's got, This stage is cool. It's got really intense music. I can't seem to punish it. And that's his, what's his special? You could duck the high. No, you can, let's see. I'm blocking. I can't duck the high. I'm jailed. What about on crouch? No, can't duck the high. That sucks. Seems like a true string as well. Alright, doesn't seem like there's a gap. Usually you can get him pretty easy. So it doesn't seem like there's a gap. So he's got 1, 2, 4, and back 2, 2, 3. Ends in a true low. Does that special cancel? Let's see. I only know 1 special. Back 2, 2, 3. Down 4, 2. Doesn't seem like it. That special cancels. Alright. And 1, 2 special cancels. Okay. And it's down 2. What's special about it's down 2? 10 in. Well, show me the blocks. 10 in, -4. I don't know. So I've seen some down 2s that are like 11 frames. I think it has less to do with startup and more to do with maybe like the vertical hitbox. How high above their exact head they can get to really catch guys that are like jumping super high. Jumping super high over them. Like he's hitting him behind his back, basically. Misses. Like he's getting it pretty high above his head. Stand 3. He seems way more simple than they made him look in that combat cast. I think a lot of characters, their move lists are pretty long, but their strings, when you break them up by button, are pretty easy to break down, find what you like to poke with, and to initiate offense and land hits and maybe start a combo. And then once you're in a combo, it's like, well, who cares? Like, you just memorize the combo, it's not really a big deal. So thinking about strings to poke with seems easy enough. And I think the strings kind of act as like these single-hitting offensive moves that sort of serve as your normal neutral game. And I think they did a good job of giving characters unique attacks and tools and giving them a practical use in combat. And I think that if you dedicate to one character, it will be pretty easy to digest what attacks and strings are good to use to control space. And then once you open somebody up and convert to a combo, like it'd be pretty easy to build combos off this juggle system, I think. So stand 3. I like the fact that it's 10 frames. It's a kicking high. He doesn't really. Some characters have these forward stand 3s, and other characters have more vertical stand 3s. And like I said before, I think characters with vertical stand 3s are supposed to be using them as anti-airs along with down 2, especially if it can special cancel. So the characters with more horizontal stand 3s, maybe they want to challenge you from like jumping from very far away, like a really far jump kick. Like that. Like it's even giving me a counter hit. Rather than trying to make like... See, if I try and do it down 2 because I'm so far, it's going to be tough to hit, but maybe from farther away a stand 3 will work. Wow, even before the move's out. And then it's only 10 frames and it's +2 on block. That's pretty good. Or maybe if you do like, I don't know, on hit. Sometimes some of these things on hit don't really give you a lot if it's a standing normal because they want you to special cancel it anyway. Some of the stuff that might set something up is like a low move on hit that gives big frame advantage where you can trap them and force them to block something after. Forward 3. Is this an overhead? As an overhead. -4, that's very safe. Alright, single hit overhead, it knocks down. I don't mind that. Maybe you could transform afterward. Down 3 is -9. What is it on hit? -9 on block, but it's pretty far. I'm not against it. Like I said, I don't really know what the purpose of down 3s being so punishable is. I guess it's the same as down 1s where they don't want you to hit into something and have frame advantage. I mean, if you land the hit, you do, but on block, they don't want you getting... I guess they don't want you using a crouching low to get frame advantage on block, so they make it super punishable. But that still makes me more inclined to check with like a down 4. It might start slower, and I don't know, does it have less hit advantage? Like a down 4 is 15, and down 3 is 12, so I don't know why you'd want to use... Down 3s tend to be slightly longer and like 1 or 2 frames faster, but they're technically punishable. Technically, they're punishable. See, he pushes me so far back I can't hit a down 1. I don't know. They're so disadvantaged. I don't know why they did that. Why they made down 3 so disadvantaged. There's got to be some reason. I don't know what they're up to. Stand 4. And then stand 4 is yet another really humongous and extremely fast. See, like, this is, his stand 3 is 10 frames, and his stand 4 is 12 frames. Does this launch? No. But these are incredibly fast moves. You might find instances where these are good combo starters, better than your stand 1 or stand 2. I guarantee you they reach farther. Look, this is stand 2. So his stand 3 and his stand 4 are so fast compared to typical normals, especially kicks. They might be good combo starters for you. I want to see if he does down 1. Can I punish him with stand 2? No. Just because he's crouching, that sucks. Let's take a look at let's take a look at this. So forward, and then he's got all of his forward kicks. He has a nice mid. He has a lot of single hitting mids. Maybe I'm just confusing them. These are the moves that he has in every form, and I'm just not building off of them yet. So he has a single hitting mid. This is what? Oh, 13 frames minus 6. Isn't his back 2 better? 14 frames versus 13. Minus 5. Minus 6. I don't know. It might not be bad. And then he's got his sweep, 13 frame low. Minus 3. And it's down 4, 10 frames. Minus 6. I don't know, his sweep isn't that exciting. I mean, it's really slow. It's really slow. He has more interesting stuff. And I'm almost wondering why you would want to do forward 4. You almost want to do stand 3 in this instance. Let me see what, let me make him do, like... Let me make him do stand 3. And then I'll also make him do stand 4. Like, what can I do under this to reach him? Because if he's going to be, like, that's a pretty good keep out move. I don't know about his stand 4. But his stand 3, I kind of like it. It reaches really far and it's fast. I kind of like his stand 3. It reaches far and it's fast. I like his stand 3. He's got an overhead. And then, yeah, I don't like these standing sweeps. They seem short as well, and I'm still standing high. You're not going to be able to duck under anything. It's technically not crouching, I don't think. What could I do against him? Look, counter hit. Look, that blatant. So see, they're still standing. And just like that terrible sitcom, I don't like this back 4. This mid is also, there's something about it that's not exciting. I like a stand 3 for some reason. Now let's see what these moves are. Young form. I'm in the young form right now. I have back 1, 2. So now he's going to have differing strings between... He's going to have differing strings between young and old form, and this is where he gets complicated. Maybe the strings are the same buttons, it looks like, but they just do different stuff. Nah, he's got different strings. Alright, young form, old form. And in order to switch forms, quick age morph, you just hit down and stance cancel. What is this? Quick age morph, changes form, air. So you can do it in the air too. Weird. Alright, so I'll stay young. And then we'll look at back 1. This is now a 10 frame high. Compared to his 10 frame stand 2. Back 1, 2. It's a mid launcher. Alright, pretty good. Minus 16. Ooh. I would never, you would never be able to poke at this then. This is like already a juggle move. What does he have? He has 1, 2, and back 2. 1, 2, and back 2, 2. And you can finish all these strings. 1, 2, 3 is a full string you can finish. And back 2, 2, 3 is a full string you can finish. And then his overhead. And his pokes. So, he's walking around fishing for... He has easy block strings, a lot of single hit moves, a lot of mid starters, very fast startup, oddly enough, on a lot of his moves. He's got fireball game, so he's trying to goad you into doing something and then hitting into a really comfortable, easy, nice combo. Back 1-2 is a good combo starter or a good combo extender, but you could never poke with it. A starting high that's slow. I mean, it's not slow at 10 frames, but it's super unsafe. An unsafe high string? What about 2-1? Or 2-4, excuse me. So now he has a use for this 8-frame stand 2. And that's -2, 2-4, 2 mid. It really knocks back bar. That's clearly a combo starter. Or cancelable. Because look how far he goes. Alright, 2-4. I don't mind that at all. I don't mind that at all. Now, since he has that in his old form, I wonder why they listed it separately. I wonder what's different about it. Is the data different? Are the properties different? That's odd. So 2-4, do I need to see if it's a true string, I guess? Seems like it is. No, it's not. Oh boy. No, it's not. 2-4 can be armored, excuse me. What about back 1-2, if it matters? Flawless block. Alright. So that cannot be. So his move list was looking good until we got to these specific forms. Back 1-2 is an uber punishable launch. And 2-4 is an armorable string that starts off a high. It's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, it's -2. It's obviously a good combo extender. Forward 4, 3, 2. Triple kick. So I already said I wasn't really impressed with this forward 4. What about this? Mid-mid, -5, okay. -7. Mid-mid-mid. Flawless block. I bet you I can beat that. Yeah. Just as I suspected. So, all of a sudden you get into his form attacks, and they're not looking so good. Forward 4, 3, 4 is totally armorable. I wonder what makes it armorable. Let's look at this. The hit advantage is 3, and the startup on... So you do forward 4, 3, and the hit advantage is 9. And then you look at forward 4, 3, 4, and the startup is 20. So that gives me 11 frames to attempt something. That's where the gap is. If you want to try and find a way to identify gaps, the startup on the successive move in the string is way more than the hit advantage of the previous hit. Is that how we want to calculate it and try and figure it out? But then this has... And cancel advantage, does that regard only special attacks? I don't know. But then the cancel advantage is 24. Just like the recover. I mean, so wouldn't that make this startup? See, I think cancel advantage only refers to special attacks, not successive moves in the string. It's tough to tell. It's tough to tell. And then what? You subtract the cancel advantage from the startup. I don't know. I can't remember how you figured that out back in the day. So all of a sudden you look at his young form moves and they're not looking so good. Back 1-2 is certainly a launcher, but it's super unsafe. And then 2-4 is the only thing that's kind of okay. Or did I figure out that that was armorable as well? I think I did, right? Yeah. Alright, so all of a sudden his specific moves are not looking so great. But he had such a good thing going with his normal move list. His normal moves were all very fast, very safe, and applicable in unique situations. Mids, overheads, fast startup, and then all of a sudden you get into his specific young strings, and they're all basically punishable. Why you gotta be like that? So let's look at him as an old man. His specials changed too, I think. Let's look at him as an old man. He still has back 1-2. It's still 10 frames. It's now this weird strike. Oh, that's lame. It's now this weird strike. I wish there was a way to make him, I wish there was a way to make him start the match in old form. The way that in Melee you can start as Sheik, or with Zelda, you know? Wouldn't that be cool? So back 1-2, it's now a knockdown, not a launcher. It's still -2. Let's test this now. Can still armor through it, so not impressive. Can still armor through it, so it's not impressive. And it doesn't even launch. It doesn't even work in combos anymore. And then, I still have, what else do I still have? I'm getting confused having to switch these guys. He was looking interesting to me so far because of how simple and useful he was until you got to start changing forms. Then all of a sudden I'm not really that interested. I guess I could play him as young Shang forever. So now his 2-4 becomes a low rather than a mid. It's +1. Is it special cancelable? Yeah, okay. Not bad, not bad. Let's transform and then do 2-1. I can armor through that. I mean, but good luck trying to armor through something after one hit, you know? That's like asking a lot of somebody. Forward 3-2. And I'm already forgetting, just like with Kenshi, I'm already forgetting what attack list each form has access to. I'm remembering the full list, but then I'm remembering that the lists are broken up, and I'm forgetting, wait, who has access to what again? And I've already forgotten the normal string list and what was good. 2-2-3 was good, right? 2-2 or back 2-2-3 I liked. But now that old Shang has 2-4, that's a low. I'm already forgetting. Which it, like, because I know that the attack list is split, I'm now trying to remove ideas from my mind rather than add them. And then I'm not remembering, wait, what was removed from this list, what's not on this list, and now it's split into 3 different attack lists and I can remember none of it. There's a reason I don't play Stan's characters. Forward 3-2. So his 4-3 is a forward walking low. And then what is forward 3-2 on? Forward 3 on his young form is his overhead. And it's a low mid. Well, how does it start out? It starts in 19 frames. His old forms look like they're really fast and really, I don't know. Like you'd be able to react to a lot of this stuff. I like the big fireballs. Flawless block. That seems like a true string. Yeah, it seems like a true string unless I'm just doing it wrong. 4-3-2, and then he has forward 4-1. That's still his same mid. So his overhead becomes a low, and he still has the same mid, but now he has different attacks off of it. It's still a double mid, but it's with 1 instead of 4. It's -7. Let's take a look. Forward 4-1, 2-1, 4. Forward 4-1, forward 4-1, 2. That's a high. 2-1. Forward 4-1 is mid-mid. Forward 4-1-2 ends in a high. Forward 4-1-2-1. Is that add another mid? Let's get him out of the corner. Forward 4-1-2-1. Mid-high, and then ends in his kick. 4-1-2-1 kick. Let's check out all these on block. Forward 4-1 is -7. Forward 4-1-2 is -6. Can he duck this? Can he duck this? I can't duck it. Alright. Forward 4-1-2-1. So far it's still, you know, -7, -6, not too bad. Forward 4-1-2-1. What is that? That's -11. All of a sudden it's punishable. All of a sudden it's punishable. And I'm still in range for a stand 2, so that's an easy punish. And I'm also in range for a stand 3. Remember, stand 3 is 10 frames. So, forward 1. You're going to have to end the string fully into the 4. Forward 4-1-2-1, -6 again. Let's record him doing the whole thing. And we'll see where we can armor him. So, can't do the third hit. The third hit's the one that's punishable. Can't punish it when he cancels. What about the claw? Not even the claw? Let's try and armor something. You can armor between the 4th hit and the 5th. I wonder if you could try and, like, see the claw. Nah, you gotta guess. Flawless block. Even that's tough to armor through. Maybe it's after the claw. You have to block the claw. No, before it? How did I do it that one time? Look, flawless block. How did I do that? Maybe it was after the claw. It was? So you have to block the claw. Alright, so because the claw is punishable. Okay, that's weird. Let's go back here. Let's look at that again. Forward 4-1-2. Into the claw. Mid-mid-high. I mean, I don't know why you'd be worried about mid-mid-high. It's a true string, so stringing into these highs is true. So forward... If you're old and you go forward 4 for the mid, you would go forward 4-1-2-1. But that's punishable. Must only be good in a combo. Forward 4-1-2. I think that I like young form way better. His old form moves just seem... They take away... I honestly think that his young form overhead is one of the best options that he has. And his back 1-2, at the very least, is an easy launcher. It's a 10-frame launcher at the very least. So you're not going to use it to poke, but you're going to use it in combos. And then everything else, like... Forward 4 being an overhead is way more valuable than being some walking low. You have enough lows. And just the way his strings work. I think this forward 4 being a mid string, these double kicks, is way better than... It's like you don't want more lows. He already has pretty good lows. They're long range. They're fast to start up. I think his old move list is whack. I think his base move list is pretty strong. 1-2-4, a complete true block string, back 2-2-3, another true block string, ending in a low. You already have plenty of lows. And then he's got a lot of, you know, a real low, a real overhead. Why is that listed as a low? Hey, is that a bug? Hey, is that a bug? Normal attacks. Hey, that's a bug. A God's Whimsy, forward 3, low. That's a fucking mistake, dude. Look at this. Forward 3 in the old version's a low. On the young version, it's a fucking overhead. So that's a mistake. And then back four. I mean, yeah, I think that his young move list is way better than his old move list. I think his old move list is completely fucking whack. And then even these unique strings, even like let's look at the difference. 2-1 knocks away, and then when you're old, 2-4 is this low hit. I guess it's safer. But none of these strings, here's the problem with him. His strings that change and are unique between different forms are really no good anyway. Like, didn't I test that his back 1 is super punishable, and then I tested that his 2-4 and his forward 4-3 in young form, they're all you can armor through them anyway. So they're not really decent pokes anyhow. But I think that in terms of combo potential, 2-4 being a high kick is better than it being a low. In terms of combo potential, I think. And these mid kicks, I would rather them be a multiple mid string than this weird shitty punch string that has a high randomly. Look, it says forward 4-1 NA, and then it says forward 4-1-2 mid, but it hits high. It shows a high kick. And then look, old form, forward 3, it says overhead, but that's the low. So they completely swapped that. Netherrealm. I don't know. I've lost interest. I think that Shang Tsung in old form is totally whack. I've completely lost interest. I don't want to keep track of multiple stances, and it's enough that his attacks unique between stances are very poor. They are either punishable on block or armorable. You can armor through the string on block, so I'm not really interested. And I think the switches from young to old damage his move list. Back 1-2. Back 1-2 is this boring mid thing. It no longer launches, it just knocks down. I already have plenty of knockdowns. 2-4 being a low doesn't do as much for him in terms of combo potential to use a big mid kick to knock them away. Forward 4-2 taking away his overhead. I mean, again, he has plenty of lows. He had plenty of useful lows. I guess forward 3-2 is alright. Is that? And that's a true string, I think I found out. This is taking too long. This guy's, he's an asshole. I don't like him. I think that a forward walking low. I mean, a forward walking low. That's a true combo start. I guess it's okay. Maybe that's the only thing he has in old form. This walking low. So in young form you want to watch for the overheads, and in old form you want to watch for the lows. But this last string really is what did it for me. A 5 string that's super punishable. I don't like him. He makes me sick. Let's look at these shitty jumps. Wow, that was an easy way to piss me off today. Give me a shitty character like Shang Tsung. Jump 1-2-2. What does he have as jumps? I like that big slash in the air. That's pretty cool. 1-2-2. Launches him far, far away. Okay. And then he also has 2-2. That also launches far away. I like that, just a jump 1. See, like, look how some of these stand strings miss. And then you jump 2. I like that jump 2. And now look at that. 2-4 hits. Now, what if I'm an old guy? If I'm an old guy, I gotta try and combo off 2-4 or 4-3. What is his stand 3 then? It's still the same. And he gets these big, ugly tube socks. I don't like him. I don't like old Shang. I don't like old Shang. I like the jump 2. I like jump 2. And then look how well that combos. Forward 4-3-4. Now what does this idiot get? He gets jump what? Jump 1-2. Weird. Anything else? There was one more discrepancy. The forward low. 2-4. Oh, maybe back 1-2. Yeah, look, nice miss. And then that pops. Yeah, I just think that in general his move list is more interesting when he's young. I think that his moves have better combo properties, and even though you get this safe walking low, I think the overhead might have more value. What do you need a 19 frame low for? I think the overhead might have more value. Especially in terms of assists leading to unblockable setups. Maybe I'm wrong about that though, if there's more overhead assists. Let's look at the special. So he can morph and he can form steal. He can, I can steal your soul and become Shang Tsung. He actually, it's not an attack, but he turns into his opponent when he does half circle back 4, enhanced form steal, perfect form, costs 1 bar, deals increased damage while morphed, changes form from opponent back to Shang. So if I steal your soul and then change back, whatever. He can't steal his own soul. I'm getting sick of this fucking loser. Down forward 1, his horizontal skull, that's pretty cool. And then he has it in the air. Can you do it instant? No. Down forward 1, that's why. Down forward 1. What's the best way to do instant air fireballs when they're on a quarter circle, not a backboard? I like that it kind of bobs downward a little bit. Alright, down forward 1. Not bad. And then he can enhance against a big air one. 2 hits. I've lost interest in this character. Down back 1, doubles. Doubles it up. And then he still does the large one with the small one. What the hell is he doing there? Up blocking? What about in the air? He can't do enhanced skull in the air? No kidding. No enhanced skull in the air. Okay. And then triple skull, down, back, forward. Ah, cool. Alright, cool. So he has a single, a double, and a triple. Okay, cool. I like that. I like his young form. If I were going to play him, what does his old form get? It gets the walking low, and that's it. And the rest is trash. And then down forward, the spikes I like. He has that big down forward 2. He has, that's his armor move. Just this big slash, super mid. It looks like it's super unsafe on block, but it could be a decent ender to add damage and knock him away. And then down back 1 is these spikes. That's kind of another interesting trap. It's a low trap. Let's make him block it. It really combos. Minus 28. It'd be tough to punish because you're so far away. Pushes him far away. Let's do and you can go low. Like I can't really punish him with a projectile or anything. Like, he's pushed so far away. Good luck trying to legitimately punish him. Shang Tsung deals increased damage while morph, costs 1 bar, enhanced injection. Deals more damage when morphed. So maybe his special attacks when he's morphed. What does that mean? Why is that enhanced bed of spikes costs 1 bar? What the hell was, what was I just reading? Has armor. Young and old form. I don't know. I think that was some fucking special attack glitch. So I don't know. I'm done with him if you are. I think that his young form is tremendously practical. He has a lot of. Well, let's see how his moves change when he's old. I guess I completely forgot about that. Do they even fucking show his old specials? Do they even show his old specials? Here we go. We gotta look at his old specials. In the air, he has down skull. Why are you showing me air moves first? Doesn't fucking do it. I already don't like this guy. I fucking hate him. I hate his old character. It's still okay. When he's old, he still has an air fireball, and it's still down forward 1. But in order to direct it, you have to do the typical down forward, hold back, down forward, hold forward. So he can do down forward 1, hold back, down forward 1, and then down forward, hold forward. Gotcha. Gotcha. Then on the ground, he has the same thing. Regular. He can't hold them. Can't project them. So he can only change them in the air. So he can only change the distance in the air, not on the ground. Look, ground skull. Down forward 1. Close ground skull. They have different commands. Alright. That's very weird. So in the air, you command his skulls by doing down forward 1 and holding a direction. But on the ground, it's the same as fireballs. Down forward 1 is middle. Down back 1 is close. And down back forward 1 is far. Weird. And then in the air you just hold it. It's in the air, it's always down forward 1, but you hold it. And then he has the enhanced that'll drag them towards you. So then let's see. So the enhanced version of down forward 1 pulls you forward, and the enhanced version of down back 1 pushes you away. Weird. That's going to be tough to remember. Because if you want to do... And then the far one drags you forward as well. Because if you want to do some epic combo with the enhanced ones, a la MK9, you got to remember not to accidentally push them far away. Triple ground skull. Vicinity slash. It looks bigger. It's still probably just as punishable. It's a mid. Does it still have armor? Vicinity slash has armor, still has armor move. And then bed of spikes. He has this injection. What is that? 50%, 90%. What does the bed of spikes do? 60? And the injection does... I like that at the very least. It's kind of like a guaranteed confirmed hit, 90%. And then the injection, Shang Tsung deals increased damage while morphed. Well, morphed into who? Oh, so the enhanced version of down back 3 when you're old, that's like comboing into a soul steal, just like he can soul steal the opponent without attacking them. So if I were not fighting Shang Tsung, I would inject them, transform into them, and then I would deal increased damage to them. But that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of weird because Form Stealer... So Form Stealer lets you change, Enhanced Form Steal also lets you change and do max damage. I mean, that concept of changing into your opponent, it was always a plague in MK9 when you had to end combos in Soul Steal. because it was this great attack that caught enemies in the air and gave you bonus damage. And then if you ended a round in Enhanced Soul Steel, it glitched and you kept the bonus damage for the full fight. So you had to learn how to fight as the opponent's character. In this, it seems like it's more of a bonus gimmick. You can change form freely into your opponent, just like you can change freely between young and old Shang, basically good and bad Shang. Worthwhile and worthless Shang. But why you'd burn a bar to do that, or why you would end a combo and burn a bar just to stab your opponent and transform into them. Now you have to fight as that character. I think there's better way. I mean, it says you get enhanced damage. How much enhanced damage do I get? I guess this would be a good way to test it because I'm still Shang Tsung. So let's see. Let's see how much damage 124 does. It does 111. So if I'm old Shang and I inject you, and then I do this, 134. So I got 23 extra damage. How long does that last? Is it permanent? Maybe it's useful. Maybe this is secret tech for the Shang Tsung mirror. It seems permanent. You're injected. Look, your life bar is burning. Look at the graphic. Your life bar is burning because you're injected. And then it wore away. Huh. How come old Shang Tsung's... Look at player 2's life bar. Look at player 2's life bar. Look by the clock. Player 2's life bar is like burning for some reason. Why the hell is that? So I want to know how long this injection lasts. I mean, that's kind of a cool concept. Your old Shang, you definitely do increase damage. I'm curious how long it lasts. Is it worth risking? Is the damage buff worth risking? Morphing into your opponent's character and needing to fight as them now. I mean, what is... what's 124 divided by 111? You know, that's the percentage of a buff. Even if it's like 10 to 15%, is it worth for like 1 or 2 combos? Either it's a time thing or it's a number of hits thing. I wonder. I don't know. I wouldn't want to risk changing into the opponent's character and then having to play as them. But it's an interesting idea. If you could get a guaranteed setup. I mean, what's their block? What's their hit advantage is 50. They can still block. They're still taking damage. Yeah, they can still block. I don't know. It's kind of a gimmick. I'm tired of looking at this character. I think that the young form is really cool, and he has really practical, useful, normal moves. And then his projectile zoning game is like no other. But once you start switching it to old form, all of his moves become worse. All of his form-unique moves can be armored through if they're not blatantly unsafe and punishable anyway. Giving up his overhead for a low, I think, is a bad idea. And the low skulls seem trickier to use than the horizontal skulls, so I don't know. If I were starting out, I would just play him as young, because only the good die young, and if there's one piece of advice to give the young people, it's to never get old. Shang Tsung.